Hi, guys. Thank you so much for coming to see how we're doing today. I really appreciate it. If you are not savvy to everything that's been going on my channel, if this is your first time checking in, my daughter and my mom were both tested for COVID because we were away on vacation at the Jersey Shore for 10 days. And sadly, at the Jersey Shore, there really were no precautions being made at all. It was so stressful. I thought a beach vacation would kind of be a safe thing to do, but not so much. A lot of people were not wearing masks and just were not being conscious of the people around them. And it was really, really stressful. So at the end of the trip, my daughter Emily started to feel really sick and she had a lot of the COVID symptoms. And this had us really nervous because we were traveling with all of the grandparents and I was really getting scared. So the last couple of days of the trip, she started to really feel bad, started to spike a fever. And when we got home, the first thing that I did was I brought her in to be tested for COVID. Now, I don't know how it is where you live, but here in New Jersey, the place where we went, hey Margie, the place where we went said that it could take up to 14 days for results. And I was not good with that. That really stressed me out because in the meantime, after we were already home for a couple of days, my mom started to feel really sick. So I really needed to know as soon as possible, but they were telling me it was going to take up until 14 days. So after she was already tested, it was the next day, Emily started to get really, really sick, a severe headache. She was in so much pain. I started to panic, and my husband brought her to the hospital where they immediately gave her the blood test for COVID, and then they also did a test that we would have back within 24 hours. So that was way better than waiting the 14 days, and I felt a little bit better about that. So we did get Emily's test results back and it was negative. So I just wanted to reassure you guys that Emily does not have the coronavirus. Thank goodness, because those few days that we were home and waiting were incredibly stressful. I had her quarantined in her room. It was really sad. When she came out, she had to wear a mask and gloves. And I was just so paranoid because hey Grace, I had no symptoms and no one else in the family did either. So I'm thinking, well, if she does have it, maybe we can still protect ourselves from it. So, I was doing the best that I could to protect the rest of our family. But in the meantime, now that we were so relieved about Emily, we were waiting to hear back about my mom, who ended up getting really sick. And she was able to do the type of test where they mail it to you and then you can either mail it back or bring it directly to the lab. So that's kind of convenient that you have the ability to do it from home, which is what she did. And we literally found out just a couple of hours ago that my mom does not have it either. So huge relief. Nobody, as far as I know, in my family right now has COVID-19. They definitely had something going on. I think just from being quarantined for so long and then being exposed to so many people and so many different places, it's just easier to maybe catch something because you don't have such a strong immunity anymore. So she must have just picked up something and my mom must have just gotten it too. And luckily, everyone else here in the family has been feeling pretty good. So I think we're all safe. But I just have to say that I don't know if it's worth well, I do know. I do know it's not worth the risk of traveling right now because that was so incredibly stressful and I don't ever want to have to go through that again. My mind was all over the place thinking worst case scenario and all of the horrible things that would have come from that. So I think it's still best, even though it's so hard. It's the summer and we've been cooped up for so long. I still think it's the right decision to just stay home and just play it safe. So that's kind of what we're doing now. We're at the lake house right now. Last minute decision. We decided to come here for a couple of days, especially now that we know that Emily is not sick and my mom is not sick. They're both here with us. So we kind of have something to celebrate right now too. We're very relieved and very happy that everyone is healthy. And I'm wondering what you guys are thinking about going back to school, because I just received a phone call from our school principal right before I got on here with you guys. And they're giving us different options in going back to school. And at first, I was okay with them going back for a few hours a day. Every day of the week, they're allowed to go for like 3 hours, and then they do the rest virtually. And then you have the option of homeschooling as well. And I was all for them going back to school. I just need them to go back to school on some level at some time. So I was kind of excited for that 3 hours a day to be just guilt-free and be able to do like the things I need to do around the house without feeling bad about it or without being interrupted and all of those things, because I'm sure a lot of you guys know it's just way different when you have everyone home from school and you're trying to live the life that you used to live, and it's just way different now than it's ever been before. And I'm wondering if any of you guys are feeling like maybe it's not safe to send them back to school, because now after going through this, I feel like I'm going to have the constant anxiety of them just coming in contact with the virus and bringing something home. So Grace said that I want them to homeschool, but my husband wants them to go back to school. Yeah, it's hard. It's really like I can see the positives and the negatives in both, and I just don't know which one outweighs the other. Obviously, if they were to get sick, that's not going to be a good thing, but I feel like they're being really safe, and the kids and the teachers are wearing masks, and the classrooms are going to be so small, so I can kind of justify it. Hey, Green Giant, your daughter's going to homeschool this year. I know a lot of parents that are going to homeschool. Erin has a senior. Yes, absolutely. I get that you want them to experience their senior year, especially if you guys have been watching my vlogs going through Emily's senior year. First of all, it was a really crappy year for her. And then this happened. So she was robbed of the end of the year and all of the fun things that may still work out for seniors in this upcoming year. I know it's going to be off to a rocky start, but maybe they will have that spring musical and the plays and the graduation ceremony to some type of a normal, way better than what we had to experience. So I totally get that. My son is my son's in high school, and then my younger daughter, Madison, is in grade school. She's going into 4th grade. Wow, like the time is flying. It's just going so fast. And I don't want them to miss so much of their school days. I just feel like they're missing their friends and they're missing their activities. Soccer has already been canceled. Football and cheerleading has been canceled. As of right now, my daughter still has dance classes, and the classes are so small and they are spaced far apart. So I'm happy for that, but it just still doesn't feel right. And I just feel like every single thing that they do, if she's going to school and she's also going to dance, then that's just more chances, right? So it's just, where do you draw the line? Erin is asking, is Emily going off to college? So Emily, her school is probably the only school in New Jersey that is still opening up their campus. And she is prepared to go. She's excited to go. I feel bad to tell her she can't go because she has already missed out on so much this year. They're going to have some in-person classes, and they're also going to have some virtual classes. But I still haven't done like the dorm room shopping because I just have this feeling that last minute they're going to decide not to do it. I'm just waiting for it to come because, again, I do believe it is the last school that is still going back in our area. So I don't know. I don't know what the right call is. I'm gonna let her go if they are open still, in anticipation of them maybe being sent back home, which I guess there's a good chance of that happening too. So there's just so much uncertainty right now. And here we are going into August already. not knowing what the situation is going to be. And this time of year, I'm usually so excited. Erin's saying that colleges in New York are going back. Oh, okay. So you guys are pretty close to me. So maybe there is hope. Sarah says that you guys are virtual until at least February. Wow. That's really hard. It's nice to have some time in school with a teacher. I just feel like a lot of students learn better that way. I know I did in college. We always had options of virtual classes, and I can't learn that way. I really need to be in person, me personally. So I'm sure a lot of kids struggle with that too. But usually, what I was about to say is usually this time of year, I am so excited to start planning for the fall. And I have my Erin Condren Life Planner out usually at the beginning of August, and I'm scheduling all of their activities and sports and the dance classes. And I get really excited for it just to get back into that flow, because this summer, usually by the end of the summer, I start to get a little bit bored, a little bit antsy. I need the kids to go back to their thing so I can go back to my thing. And I have not done my thing since March. So I really need to get back to my thing. But yeah, so that's been a struggle because I can't plan anything. I feel like everything's at a standstill. I have the date that Emily's going back to college, and I'm anticipating that we're going to do that, but I'm not 100% that it's going to happen. I'm not 100% that Madison and Patrick are going to go back, because there's still that feeling that we're going to get a call in a couple of weeks that they're going to cancel, just like we did with sports. Up until, I believe it was yesterday or the day before, we got the cheer uniform, that's the word, and we got the sneakers and the bow. Like, we paid for all of the stuff and we were ready to go. And just last minute, they decided, no, it's not going to happen. And usually she would start her practices next week. So I feel like everything's happening so last minute that you have to plan and prepare for the worst. And you have to assume that there is a good chance, whatever you think is going to happen right now, whatever you think it is that you can plan for, don't really plan for it, because there's a good chance it's not even going to happen. So that's hard for me because I am a planner. I know a lot of you guys are too. So that's really just been a struggle. I don't know, but we'll see. Time will tell. August is going to be an interesting month. I am hoping that I can do Vlogust this year. I love daily vlogging, and I tried to do it during coronavirus because I was like, you know what? I'm going to vlog every day that we're quarantined. Never, ever imagining it would be months and months later and we'd still be quarantined. So obviously that didn't last nearly as long as I thought it was going to last. But anyway, I want to try to do it for August because there's so much going on, and there's going to be so many changes going on over the next month. So, oh, good. Sarah, I'm glad that you like the daily vlogs. Erin too, good. See, Ember Reese, you love my vlogs. Thank you. I'm excited. I'm really excited. And plus, I think it will help me to just stay focused on the good and positive things, because when I am daily vlogging, I tend to just have better days overall. I try to look for the positive in each day, and I try to keep a positive attitude because I know I'm filming, and I try to just pull myself together better. So it's actually a really good thing for me to do as well. And I'm excited to do it. I'm hoping I could do it daily, but obviously there are things that could interfere with that. So we'll just kind of have to wait and see how it goes. But how are all of you guys doing? Is everyone hanging in there? Has anyone been sick? I'm curious. Has anyone been like diagnosed or dealt with the coronavirus? Because I don't really know anyone personally that has had it. And the things that you see on the news make it so horrifying. And it's nice to like kind of hear other people's stories and how they dealt with it. My niece did have it, and it was not a severe case, but she's very young as well. And I feel like maybe younger people are a little bit better with it. But yeah, Pam is saying the college that my son is in Texas will be offering online classes. Yeah, a lot of online stuff this year. Oh, wow, Cheryl. Your sister-in-law's grandma got it and was in the ICU for several weeks. Is she home now? Is she okay? That's horrible. New York travel. Yeah, I know this self quarantine for 14 days every time that you travel somewhere. I don't understand that either because I wonder how can they enforce that? I have no idea how they can. I mean, obviously you should do it because it's the right thing to do, but how do they know? Does anyone really know if you quarantine for 14 days or not? I feel like it's a good thing to say and it's a good thing to try to persuade people to do, but do people actually do it? That's scary too to think about that. I feel like we should just all stay put for a little while until things get better. And I just think that's what we need to do. Oh, Erin, your dad had it. He had mild symptoms and he was hospitalized for a couple of days and he had to receive oxygen. That must have been really scary. I feel like when you're in the hospital and you're on the oxygen tank, that's just really scary. Oh, good. Cheryl saying she's home now, but it made her dementia worse and she probably can't live alone anymore. Wow, that's pretty serious. This is no joke. And it really scares me that so many people think it is. I don't understand people that think this is like a made up farce, that it's just a joke. It doesn't make any sense because you see people out there. I know people that passed away from it, but they're not people that I see every day that are really close to me in my life, but I know them well enough to know it's not a joke. So it's just horrible that people don't take it seriously, because when other people don't take it seriously, they're putting you in direct danger because they're not taking any precautions and they're probably picking it up and they're carrying it on. And there's too many people like that. Hey, Callie. So I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I can't wait for this to be over. I am excited for the school year. I hope that we can find a safe way to do some of the things, obviously not all of the things, but I would like to see them back into a very safe classroom environment, maybe be able to do some activities on a different level than they've ever done before. We'll see what the future brings. But anyway, that's why I thought it'd be fun to share August too, because who the heck knows what is going to happen over the next few weeks. So I am going to wrap it up. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up and let you know, thank you so much, all of you that reached out to me. You guys were so concerned and you were so sweet and had so many kind and reassuring things to say. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate all of your kind thoughts and prayers, and that's just great. You guys are amazing. Thank you. I really, really appreciate it. The next couple of days, I'm going to be sharing my Cape May vlogs, and they were super fun. And now that you guys know we didn't contract COVID from our Jersey Shore trip, you don't have to be stressed out watching it thinking that we picked up some type of a virus. So that's good. But we had so much fun in Cape May. We stayed in the oldest resort that they have there. And if you're not familiar with Cape May, New Jersey, it's an old town with all of these old Victorian houses. It's a seashore town. I need to take a sip of water, 1 second. Sorry, it's so hot in this room. We haven't been to the lake house in a long time, and it's just really hot. But anyway, it's a beautiful town, and we stayed in this old hotel, and the hotel that we stayed in had this really creepy elevator. It reminded me of Tower of Terror. I was absolutely horrified going in this elevator. I already have a fear of elevators. I just am so scared of getting stuck in one. So this one really had me horrified, but it was fun to share it with you guys. And I did it anyway so that I could show you. So that was fun. And we got to go to one of the wineries and we did some really fun stuff. So I hope that you guys will consider watching those upcoming vlogs over the next couple of days. I have a lot of content coming up. I think you guys will probably see a video from me nearly every day of August. So I hope that you don't get incredibly bored of me. But it's been a lot of fun and it's been a great way to just distract myself from other things going on. So I hope that you guys get some enjoyment or entertainment out of it too. All right, that's going to be it. We are actually going to go out on the boat now, so I'm excited for that. It's a really hot day, and I think we're going to go swimming, and that sounds like fun. And this is such a safe thing to do, coming to the lake house, which we're in the middle of the woods. There's really nobody around, and going out on our boat. Also, we're not seeing people, so this is the type of stuff that we should be doing, and no more going to like the Jersey Shore and the boardwalk and all of that chaos. So I am playing it safe now. I hope that you guys are too. I hope that you're all doing well and staying healthy. And thank you for those of you who showed up today. I appreciate you stopping in to see how we were doing and how everything worked out. Take care. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.